In this video, I want to show a little more about how the merge method works for a pandas data frame. So let me show you what these two toy data frames look like. So DF1 only has 5 rows in it, so it's going to be like easier to just look at and get a quick sense for it. And it has these 2 columns, one called A and one called B. A contains 0 through 4, B contains the letters capital J through capital N. Okay, that's DF1. And DF2, it's similar, just a little bit longer, contains the word mathematical spelled out in the B column, and then it contains some decreasing sequence of numbers in the C column. And so we're going to merge these two together, similar to how we merged the much bigger data frames together in the other video. So I'm going to say df1.merge. Then the first thing is going to be what should the right data set or data frame be, and in this case it's df2. And now I'm going to say how do I want to merge them, and let's say inner for now. Okay, and the main point of this video is to show the different options for this how. And if we were to go back to the previous video, what I used was left on and right on for what's the column we're trying to match. Okay, in this case, they both have a column named B, and so it's a little easier. I don't have to say what column to use in the left data frame versus what column to use in the right data frame. I can just say what column to use, period, and the keyword argument for that is on. So I say on equals the B column, and let's see how this looks. So how you should think about this inner, and by the way, this I think a lot of graduates find themselves when they get into a real world job that has to use computers. I think often they wish they knew how to use SQL a little better. And this how, it's very, very similar to an argument related to SQL. And the terminology here is adapted from that database language, I think it is, but I've never worked with it in a serious way. I just know sort of from the periphery a little bit about SQL. But this how argument, it's very similar to what shows up working with databases. Okay, so what does this inner mean? It's like an intersection. So it's like saying we're only going to keep the values that appear in both the left data frame and the right data frame. So that appears both in this sequence from J to N and also that appears in this word mathematical. So the only two things that appear in both are L and M. And because M occurs in both, or because M occurs twice in the right data frame in df2, M also shows up twice in this merged data frame. And here it occurs with 24 and 14. And here it also occurs with 24 and 14. So that is how this inner works. And let me copy this and paste it. And outer is the opposite. It's like union instead of intersection. And so this is saying every value that occurs in either the left data frame or the right data frame should get kept. So we keep JKLMN, and then we also keep all the letters from the word mathematical. And notice how because there is no matching like C value for J, because J does not occur in the word mathematical, that is showing up as a missing value in this case. So that's how this outer merge method works. Let me show you 2 more. There's also left. And that's like saying we're only going to keep the things that occurred in the left data frame's B column. Okay, so it just keeps this JKLMN. And because M showed up twice in the right data frame, that's why M is showing up twice here when we do the merge using left. Last one is for right. And so this is saying only keep those letters that are occurring inside the B column from the right data frame from df2. So it keeps all of the letters in mathematical, and all the ones that didn't occur in the left data frame, they are showing up with a not a number here. So for example, notice how not a numbers, they're only showing up in the A column. Okay, they don't show up at all in the B column. or in the C column, I should say. And why is that? Well, it's because we're only keeping keys that occurred in df2, and C comes from df2, so there aren't any missing values in this C column. Okay, and another way to check it is if I do dot is an A followed by dot any x is equals 0, which is like saying, are there any trues, are there any missing values in this column? Okay, the x is equals 0 says, look down this column, then look down this column, and so on. And so what I'm expecting to see here is something like true, false, false, because there should be missing values in this A column, but not missing values in the B or the C column. So I'm expecting true, false, false. Okay, and it's saying in the A column, true, there were missing values, but not in the B column and not in the C column. Okay, so that was a quick introduction to this merge method in Pandas. Thanks for watching this video.